Okay, hello, welcome to our live 100-day practice challenge. I'm so excited to be here, and I would like to take a minute as I go live to start with a song, just to give a chance for people to hop on and join us, since they have no idea when I was going live. Now I want to welcome people as they come in. This is a song, since we are in the midst of a pandemic still. This is a healing song that was taught to me by Lane Redmond. It's a Yoruban healing chant, and it is a healing chant, and it's a Moroccan rhythm played on the frame drum here. It's called Amalu. Welcome. So glad you're tuning in live. I have 3 screens in front of me. I'm on YouTube, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Step Up Your Drumming. So hello everyone. I'm going to ask to have you say hello, introduce yourself. I may not see these comments until after the video, so I'm going to do the video and then I'll log on and I'll respond to all your comments and questions. My name is Dee Dee Alder. I am a percussionist. I've been playing drums, marimba, and other mallet percussion and writing songs for over 20 years. I've also spent a lot of time learning about sacred drumming and the connections to our deep, deep roots throughout all cultures and history. And I'm like a teacher. I like to coach people. And so I've done practice challenges in the past, and you can access those on my Step Up Your Drumming page on Facebook. But this one I really wanted to set the habit of a practice. So if you're a musician of any instrument and you find it challenging to have a regular practice, so what that means and could look like is that maybe when you have a show coming up, you practice a lot before it, sort of like you have an exam coming and you do your homework right before the end. That would be a sign that you don't have a regular practice routine. Or maybe there's things that you've been wanting to play for a long, long time, like over 3 years, over 5 years, and you haven't played those. Then that's also maybe a symptom of not having a regular practice routine. And if you find that there's just big periods where you don't play music, and then there's periods of sort of like frantic music playing, then that's also another sign that you don't have a regular practice. So this 100-day practice challenge is really about setting up the structure of having a regular practice routine. Now, that may not be daily for you. It might be 4 times a week or 5 times a week. But the idea that we want to sort of generate and create is that practice is a daily occurrence with occasional days off. Now, I'm here in my house at the pandemic, during the pandemic, and so my daughter is upstairs. You'll hear her voice, you'll hear my husband. We all share a space, so that's just, how it is, life with sharing a space. So I'm so glad you're here. I hope that you are excited to take on this challenge. So people that are here, please introduce yourself, tell us where you're from, and then also tell me how you're feeling about stepping into a 100-day challenge. How are you feeling about that? Does it feel exciting? Does it feel nervous? Does it feel impossible? I'm just going to let you write those in. And what I want to let you know is sort of the rules. Oh, nice. Hi, Janet, and hi, Virginia. There's a couple people with me in the Facebook group, and I cannot see who you are, but whoever you are, hello and welcome. And those on YouTube, hello and welcome. I will definitely be in the comments later giving you all my love and care and responses. So 100-day practice. So here's kind of the rules of how it's going to work. I'm going to give you a sheet to download where you can track each day that you practice. So it's literally a check-off sheet. And every time you get to the 7 day, every 7 days, so every week of practice, even if it's been longer than a week, every 7 days, then you're going to jump on to the next week's video. I will be posting a video every Monday at 11 o'clock. And but it might take you for your first 7 days, it might take you 2 weeks or a week and a half, or it might take you 9 days to get to your first 7 days of practice. So whenever you reach that 7-day mark, then jump on to the second week's video, and you'll get I will be your guide. So I'm going to guide you through a process of developing a practice. What things to practice, how to practice, what to focus on, how to set yourself up for playing with music with others, how to set yourself up for performing, and just kind of like mental challenges that can get in the way, physical limitations that can get in the way, and how to sort of maintain healthy practice. So I hope you're excited about that. And so what's going to happen is in the comments, I will post a little downloadable 100-day checklist. I'll have to do that after this video, so look for that. And that 100-day checklist, I want you to check it off. So the goal is that I'm sure 100 days, most likely, is going to take you longer than actually 100 days that go by. It's going to take you longer, but I want you to just sort of think of this process is you're developing a lifelong practice. And so when you're developing a lifelong practice, you just need something to kind of get you started. So this is like a marathon. Think of it as you're running a marathon, okay? And so if we think about a marathon and we're running a marathon, one thing that can happen, and this is what I want, this is your focus for this week, okay? One thing that can happen when you are running a marathon is that you start off and you're super excited. You're like, yes, I'm going to practice every day. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to be there live with Dee Dee next week. Oops, I just lost one of my lives. Okay, I'll have to figure that out later. Good thing I have it in several places. Sorry, what was I saying? So you're doing your marathon and you're just like all gung-ho, and what can happen in our first week or two of practice is that it's kind of manic. And so what I mean by manic is that it's like, I practice for 2 hours every day. And that is just, unless you're like a super professional, it's just not sustainable for a lifelong practice. It's not sustainable for 100-day practice. And that's sort of like if you were in a marathon, like somebody sprinting way ahead. Some people can do that and then they sort of gain the advantage, but we're not in a race. There's no competition here. And what can happen, what tends to happen, is if you over practice for the first week or two things happen. One, you can injure yourself because your body doesn't have the muscles built up for like the sustained energy of playing your instrument. Or the second thing can happen is you just get burnt out, and so you do it and you're like, well, I don't have 2 hours because I, have family coming. So what I really challenge you to do this week, this is your goal, your focus, is to try to practice daily with occasional days off, and try to practice for a set amount of time that's pretty moderate. So that means 10 minutes of time, or maybe for you it's 20 minutes. And I would say cap it off at 30 minutes. So 30 minutes is your longest amount of time that you're going to practice daily for this week, because you're trying to get like a pace. Like a marathon, you have to have a pace. So I'm trying to be your pacer. And through this process, I'm going to help guide you through the whole thing. So, thank you. Karen's here, and Linda, thanks for joining. So life is life. 100 days might take you a year. I don't know how long it's going to take you, but I will be posting videos weekly. Now, this is a donation-based class. I'm asking for a donation from you, and I have the donations linked into my description, but just to say them out loud, you can go to PayPal. You can PayPal me at ddsdrum@gmail.com. Or you can go to Venmo and look for Dede Alder, D-E-D-E, and then A-L-D-E-R. I'm going to be doing 15 videos. So what do you think 100 days of practice, leadership, and 15 videos is worth? What does it feel worth to you? What can you afford? What's in your price range? I'm happy to accept anything because I want to do this for the betterment of people playing music out there, and for my students who need a practice guide, and for those that will be working with me, because I'm practicing, I'm learning, and I just want, I want to raise the bar up, everyone. Let's just get to this level of, awesome musicianness in just like 10 minutes a day, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever you can do. So, let's see. So some things, let me see if I'm forgetting anything for this week. So my video check-ins will be Mondays at 11, but make sure that you check in when you're on your 7th day and on your 14th day. So every 7 days, you're going to check in as a new week, a new theme. And just kind of practice whatever you want, and then you can focus on the sort of the focus of the week. This focus of the week being like, it's a marathon, just trying to set up a short practice routine that's daily with occasional days off. Let's see, I'm just gonna look. So I do want to tell you about a couple of things, a couple of teaching possibilities. So one thing I love about this format is that you can practice whatever you want. So if you want to write songs, if you want to learn a classical piece, if you have material that you've never gone through, this is a great opportunity for that. If you feel like you need material to cover, I want to tell you about a couple of teaching things I'm offering in the next few weeks. So this weekend, this is for women only. I will be leading a Doumbek class with the Ontario Women's Drum Camp. They're having a winter virtual retreat. It's going to be this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They're going to have drum teachers that do dance. They're going to do West African. I'm going to do Middle Eastern. There's going to be frame drums. And so that is a great opportunity to kind of, if you want some material to work on, you can join the Ontario Women's Winter Drum Camp. It's this weekend. It's on Zoom. You can get your tickets. And so that's an opportunity, and I'll be teaching there Sunday morning on the Doumbek. I'll be teaching split hand, left hand, split hand technique. It's pretty exciting. And then I'm also, starting in February, I don't know exactly when, a couple weeks I think, I'm gonna start a Wednesday night class that's going to be all based on Arabic rhythms. But I'm going to teach it for tambourine, frame drum, and Doumbek. And the way that that's going to be structured, that'll be a paid class, and I can give you more details if you want. So if you want more details, write in the comments, and I'll make a note and I'll send you details. But the basic details are that it's a 4-week class. We meet weekly. I'm going to create intro videos that are just how to play the basic strokes on a tambourine, on a frame drum, and on a doumbek. And then the classes will just be focusing on different Arabic rhythms and how to develop them. And when I say how to develop them, that means how to take it from just like doom tek ka tek doom ka tek to like having a little more flow, being able to add ornamentations, being able to add rolls, being able to sort of make the rhythm breathe by giving different sort of little aspects in there. And that's a really cool thing that Arabic music does. Okay, so I'm so excited you're joining me on this challenge. Make sure that you commit. So if you are committing to 100 days of practice, or at least the attempt to do 100 days of practice, I want you to write now in the comments, like, I commit, I'm doing this. Okay, and if it takes you a day to think about, like, do I want to do this or not do this, that's okay. But when you do commit, I want you to write in the comments that I commit, I'm committed, because I think that really helps sort of set the energy up. So I'll see those comments for who's committed, and I will be interacting with you. I'll be checking in with you. If I don't hear from you in a while, I'm like, what's going on? Are you doing this or not? So I will be holding you responsible too. I think that's all. If you have any questions, please also write them in the comments. Like I said, I'm going live right now, and then I will answer your questions in the comments, okay? So write any questions in the comments, and then I'll be interacting for the next half an hour via answering your comments and saying hello to you online, so look for that. Okay, and these videos will be shorter. This is probably the longest video because it's the introduction. So welcome to the 100-day practice challenge. I'm so glad you're here, and I hope that you find this deep. I hope you find it super helpful, and I hope that you feel like you have a guide through your process of grounding yourself in a musical practice. Okay, thank you. Bye. See you in a minute online with comments. Bye-bye.